जनरञ्जना यमुनातीरावनाचारी यमुनातीरावनाचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जनवल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन यमुनातीरावनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जनवल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय राधा मदन मोहन राधा मदन मोहन राधा मदन मोहन राधे जय गौरनिताय 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 जय निमाय निताय प्रभुपाद 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 जय प्रभुपाद नीताई गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल नीताई गौरा हरि बोल श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की श्रील प्रभुपाद की हरे कृष्णा. So very warm welcome, little cold also to all of you on this Sunday afternoon for the satsanga program. As we had already discussed, we are going to discuss a very important interesting topic today from Bhagavad Gita. And before that, we will offer prayers. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So as we had announced, today we are going to discuss on this topic of role of karma. in deciding my destiny. This is the topic. It's a long one, but we will try to, see. So here we can see that actually the word karma is now known to everyone. सबको ही पता है कर्मा के बारे में, है ना? It's nowadays it has become part of the English dictionary also. Karma. Even Western people have idea about this term karma now, because everyone knows that basically karma means whatever you do bears a reaction, right? Uh, if you throw a ball on the wall, it will come. It will return back. So there is a reaction to every action. The science also, those who studied science, Newton's law, third law, right? Yes, the third law. What every action has equal and opposite reaction. Areva, nice. You know everything. So like that, this is the simplistic idea of karma, as we know, right? So we will try to go a little deeper into understanding karma, but initially just the basic introduction. I'll rush through this because we are aware of it, right? So like we see in this world, there are people who are born very rich, talented, handsome, right? Someone becomes an engineer, being born to very good parents. At times we see, on the other hand, someone is born into a very, poor family, not so good facilities, ugly body at times, deformed. Why? Who decides? Is it all by chance? What is the logic behind all this? So when we see this world around, we have, we see so many disparities, dualities as we call it, disparity. Rich, poor, handsome, ugly, intelligent, dull, fair, black, strong, weak, literate, illiterate. So many disparities. So that definitely makes us think, how could fate be so unfair to some people? Why someone is born so poor? Why some this kind of thing, right? While someone enjoys, another one suffers. Who decides why this happens? So these are questions which any intelligent man asks in this world, and this is how we have disparities. So this is all based on, as we know, is based on karma. What kind of actions are performed? You know, like very simply, when you work in September, you get salary in October, at September end, right? You perform your karma action, then you get the result. You don't do work, no result. So similarly, when certain actions are performed, after some time we get the reaction for it. That is called the law of karma. So karma is a law of cause and effect. There is reaction for everything we do. Like simple thing, we throw up a coin, it comes down. You regularly put money into bank, wealth will increase. You drink liquor, one will suffer. All this is simple, logical, common sense understanding. This is what karma is. So when the jiva comes from the material world, from the spiritual world to the material world, he goes through this cycle of, karma, good and bad. Okay, we have to skip certain part. So after coming into this material world, the soul, what we are, take various different bodies, right? And out of all this, how many 8.4 million species are there according to our scriptures? So many plants, birds, animals, reptiles, all sort. And in that, human birth is very special, because it is only in the human body that karma exists. This law of karma doesn't exist for animals by the arrangement of Krishna. It's not that when the tiger eats a deer, now it has got sinful reaction. No. The tiger does not have the discrimination. The tiger acts only by instinct. The animal acts by instinct. But human beings are supposed to act by intelligence. And that's why there is also responsibility. How to behave. If we behave properly, then we get good reactions. If you don't behave properly, we get bad reactions. So good karma and bad karma. This is known. Papa and punya. Known to everyone. So you do certain activities according to proper scriptural injunctions, as given by God or is ordained by God, you get punya. And if you do something golmal, then papa, right? So this goes on, but that is not there for animals, only for human beings. Okay. Just like a kid enjoys tricycle, then bicycle, then bike, and then car, company may give. Similarly, it is not enough for us just to have desire to get something. We should also have deserve, capacity to get, right? The paying price to get what we desire is called karma. That's one way of understanding. So it's, see, how we get certain things in this world is by only desire everything happens. Like we may desire some great thing. We want to possess a aeroplane. Will it happen just by desire? No, you also should have deserve. Deserve means your capacity. So similarly in life, how things come, how we get certain things is according to the karma. If it's there in our karma, if that is sanctioned by the Lord, then that will happen. So it is said in our scripture, um, close it or at least switch it off, fan. Hmm. It is said, agre dhavati dhavati. The karma of your previous life, whatever actions we have performed, there is some karma, there is a reaction. See, there is karma means the action and there is a reaction. So this reaction is chasing us, whether it's good reaction or bad reaction. It will someday catch up with us. Agre dhavati dhavati. It runs behind us, and at right time, this reaction will manifest. So there are different kinds. Okay, I'll come to that later. I'll tell you one nice story, very interesting. It's given in one of the scriptures. Once there was one one man was very frustrated. He was not getting job, very frustrated, not able to earn properly. A few centuries back, and he became very frustrated. So he decided, I commit suicide. He went on a hill and he wanted to jump and commit suicide because he was failure. He was frustrated. He jumped from there, from a big hill. And नीचे क्या हो रहा था? There was a river. He is on the hill. He is jumping. Below there was a river. In that river, the princess of that kingdom, she was taking bath. And while she was taking bath with her friends, some more girlfriends, suddenly a crocodile came with a big jaws open and started rushing towards that princess. All the friends ran back. They suddenly went out, but this princess was frozen. She didn't know what to do. Rajkumari, she is like, क्या करे अभी? अभी ये सीन नीचे चल रहा है और ऊपर से ये हमारा फ्रस्ट्रेटेड आदमी जंप मार रहा है. He jumped into the river, and what happened? There was a splash of water suddenly, and the crocodile got bewildered. What happened? He thought suddenly some attack has happened. So crocodile ran away. So just he was going to attack the princess. Princess' life was at stake. All the friends went to king. They said, today this hero has saved the life of our Rajkumari. He is such a great hero. The king called him. King said, Arey, I don't have a son. Today you have saved the life of my only daughter. I make you next king. Take this kingdom, marry my daughter. You are the next king. Suicide करने चला था, and then he is thinking, I got the whole kingdom, I became king. Because it is there in the karma. This is called karma. Sometimes we may also experience something like this. You may dead want something. बहुत इच्छा है, आपको कुछ चाहिए, नहीं मिलेगा. You try a lot, but you are not able to achieve it. It's not there in destiny. It's not in karma. Sometimes you didn't expect, and something very good happens in life. It is there in karma. Once one devotee, he was one senior devotee in one program. एक program चल रहा था, तो devotee program अंदर प्रसादम distribution हो रहा था. Sweet rice was served, very nice sweet rice was there. So this devotee served for some time. Then he went outside, एक tree के नीचे बैठ गया. Actually, we saw it. Then he asked one devotee, another junior, "Arey, can you make a plate for me and get?" So he went inside, made a plate of prasadam. बट क्या हो गया था, उस टाइम तक स्वीट राइस वहां पे खत्म हो गया. तो उसने बाकी प्लेट बनाया, लेके आ गया. देन द सीनियर ड्यूटी सेड, अरे नहीं नहीं, बट स्वीट राइस इज नॉट देयर. ही सेड, प्रभु जी वो तो खत्म हो गया काउंटर पे. नहीं नहीं नहीं, किचन में जाओ, किचन में थोड़ा सा निकाल के रखा होगा, वो उसमें से लेके आओ. तो देन दैट पर्सन रैन, द बॉय. देन ही सेड, ओके, ही वेंट टू किचन. श्योर इनफ देयर वाज समथिंग. देन ही टुक दैट लिटिल बिट. He was just coming near the tree where this Prabhu was sitting. He slept he just fell asleep. And then the sweet rice fell down in front of the eyes of this devotee, the senior devotee. And he's lamenting, Hare, sweet rice, gaya. Suddenly, within 5 minutes, so many ants are coming, started eating the sweet rice. The other devotee was telling the senior devotee, anyways, let it be, Prabhu. Mostly this is for ants now, it's not there in your karma. He said, no, how can it be? I want sweet rice. It was nice. I served. I want sweet rice. He said, you go above. There is separate serving going on for some very senior devotees. You go there. Must be something. By the time what that kitchen wala sweet rice ऊपर लेके गए थे. So this boy ran there. By the time he went there, all of that was also finished. It was served to everyone's plate. Everyone was eating, almost done. So the point is, you may so much want, but अगर वो कर्मा में नहीं है तो we don't get it. And sometimes without even wanting, sometimes some good things come. So this is according to what we have earned in our previous life. So there is something called as sanchit karma. Sanchit karma means, like, to make it very simple, a stock of reactions what we have. यानी जैसे आपका बैंक अकाउंट है, savings bank account, where your salary goes, those who are working, every month your salary goes and you are saving into it, like some 20-30 lakhs are there saved for so many years. That is sanchit karma. Now out of that you may take out some cash for your liquid cash to use. You take out 30,000. Now you want to use it now this month. That is called as prarabdha karma. From sanchit, in this life, there is some good karma and bad karma is given to us by God, by material nature. That is called as prarabdha karma. Okay, so these two terms you can, right? Now in this life we are suffering and enjoying certain karma, certain reactions we are suffering. Somebody has some disease, back pain, legal problem, some relationship issues. These are all reactions of some bad actions we have done before. And some good karma also we are enjoying, right? Sometime some good luck, as we call, right? Some good success or good family birth. We have some wealth. These are all signs of good karma. So from our sanchit karma, which is like a sum total, some big, huge conglomeration of the karma, some part is given in this life, which is called as prarabdha karma, which is now manifested, now which is manifesting. So we'll see about these terminologies. So okay, so this is karma. We see the soul, I think, goes through different bodies, right? And every body we are, especially human bodies, we are cultivating karma, and then we are spending it in all other bodies. We have seen this video before, right? One soul going through so many bodies as per good and bad karma. Okay, anyways, like that. So we understand what is good karma, bad karma. Already we decided, we discussed that whenever some good activities we do, we reap good reactions. We do bad activities, one gets ugly, deformed, diseased, unintelligent, body, poverty, ignorance. All that is a result of some bad karma. Once there was a businessman, mill owner, and he had 4 sons. This mill owner was about to die, and on the deathbed, he's just about to leave body, and all his sons came to meet him, to be around him. He looked, अरे चारों के चारों नालायक इधर है, तो मिल में कौन है? No, he said that and he died. That means he was meditating on his business or mill while death. Then he became a rat in the mill, next birth. Because whatever your consciousness is there when we die, yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tyajati ante kalevaram tam tamivaiti kaunteya sada tat bhava bhavitah. Right? So whatever we spend our time in this life, meditating on whatever attachments we develop in this life, these attachments will come in the last moment. It's like a whole picture we will see while the soul is leaving the body, what all we have done in life. और जहाँ पे बहुत डीप अटैचमेंट है ना, किसी को पैसे से है, किसी को फेम, किसी को फैमिली मेंबर्स से है, so many attachments we have. The picture will stop there. We will see all our life in front of our eyes, and then that attachment will decide what kind of body we will get in the next life. So desire and deserve, these are the two things. So good karma is like a credit in the account and bad karma is like debit. At the time of death, the plans of soul are stored within the mind, and by help of higher order natural law evolving karma, the soul gets facility to give this plan shape in the next life in a suitable bodily form. So right now we are making our new body. See, any construction or any creation, not only construction, any creation happens 3 times. जैसे आपको अगर कोई कंस्ट्रक्शन करना है, फर्स्ट इट हैपेंस इन इमेजिनेशन. You start imagining, I'll construct like this, I want to make some creation like this. Then you put it on paper, make a plan, and then actual construction will happen. Correct? वैसे ही now our subtle body, by whatever desires we cultivate, whatever attachments we cultivate in this life, now only we are actually making blueprint for our next body. So the body is not physically taking shape. That will happen only when we leave this body and go there. But the blueprint of that body is actually getting ready by what we do now in this life. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? We are doing good activities, we're preparing a good future, a good better body. We are behaving sinfully, we are preparing for such body. Or there is third possibility also. If we are engaging in spiritual activities, service to Lord Shri Krishna, we are preparing a spiritual body for ourselves. The body is getting prepared right now. If you are 30 years old and you are supposed to live 100 years, then your 30% next body is prepared already. Like that. Right? So we are preparing our next body right here by the activities we do. And then there is akarma, as we said. So there is good karma. Good karma means it is also termed as karma only, or it can also be called as sukarma, good karma. Then there is bad karma, that is called vikarma in Sanskrit. Vikarma. Vikarma means bad activities, giving bad results, negative results. The third thing is akarma, spiritual activities. Spiritual activities do not produce any result, mundane result. No mundane material good result or bad result. This is very important for all of you to understand. Please pay attention. See, what should we do, पुण्य और पाप? डेफिनेटली पाप तो नहीं करना चाहिए, वो तो सबको पता था, करते हैं लेकिन करना नहीं चाहिए. राइट? नहीं करता, यहाँ पे तो डेफिनेटली नहीं करते, ऑल ऑफ यू वेरी सिंपल. बट पुण्य भी क्या है एक तरीके से, दिस मटेरियल पायटी, पुण्य इज लाइक getting a currency, which you can spend here only in the material world. For the soul, there is no liberation by punya from this material world. जैसे this material world is compared to a jail actually, Durga, and the superintendent of the jail is Durga and Durga. So अगर आप जेल में हैं, थर्ड क्लास जेल से अगर आपको सेकंड क्लास या फर्स्ट क्लास चैम्बर में डाल दिया, is it a very great achievement? You're still in jail, you're still under, you're not free. What is great thing is you come out of jail and then you are free bird. So that is called liberation, when we go out of this material existence. But अगर हम ये material world में ही फंसे हुए हैं, but we have better facilities. We go to Swarga, we go to Swarga, we don't understand. We go to Switzerland, we go to US. For people that is Swarga nowadays, right? Nowadays it has become difficult now, yesterday onwards to go. But see, that is not very great thing. That is not liberation for the soul. That is being still here only in the material world, being in the same jail only. Right? So how do we go out of material world? So you do good karma, you get a better facility in the jail. You do bad karma, you get bad facility of jail, but jail only. Going out of jail is spiritual activities called as akarma, which does not produce any bad or good activities. Result. Okay, that is called akarma. So what are three kinds of karma? Sukarma, vikarma, akarma. Right? Now you may say akarma means what? Akarma is spiritual activity means chanting, right? Uh, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasam, all different kinds of spiritual activity. But one will say, but I have other things to do, I can't just simply stop. Right? You can have to go to college, you have to go to job, you have to take care of family. All these activities can also become a karma if our intention is right. If a mother raises the child thinking the child is actually part and parcel of Krishna, I am serving Krishna by raising this child nicely in Krishna conscious way. This is my service to Krishna. Then this is a karma. If you're going to a company, you're saying, let me, do my duty as a service to Krishna. If that mood is there to serve Krishna with whatever we do, cooking for Krishna, planning for Krishna, whatever we are doing, except sinful activities. Don't say drinking alcohol for Krishna. No, that doesn't work. You know, except the four regulative principles, what we cannot break. Any other regular activities, actually, if we can do it as servant of, in the mood of servant, then it becomes a karma. It is also spiritual activity because it is required. Sleeping. If you don't sleep properly, you can't chant. So that sleeping is also service. You don't go to office and earn something. You can't survive in this life. And how will you chant and glorify Krishna? So that is also service. So there are activities which will support our bhakti, the core bhakti activities. Core bhakti activities are chanting, kirtan, hearing Krishna Katha, serving the deities. These are core bhakti. But there are many other activities we have to do to support that, which is also bhakti if it is done in good intention. Is it clear? So don't say that I am going to company, then how can I do bhakti? No. If that going to company is going to help you perform your core bhakti activities nicely, then that also is bhakti. That is how actually we can do entire our life can be a karma. That way, spiritual activities. Okay, so Navavidha Bhakti we can do as it is written here. Okay, so some questions. How is good karma different from akarma? Please raise hand. Is A, B, C, D. Yes, who would like to answer? How is good karma different than akarma? Good karma means in Sanskrit? What is Sukarma or what other name is there? Punya. See, Punya is different than Bhakti. Akarma means Bhakti. So, and good karma means punya. Sometimes people say, हाँ ये पुण्य का काम है भक्ति करना. नहीं नहीं, भक्ति बहुत अलग चीज है. Bhakti is a karma. And punya is different. Punya will only keep us in the material world, but give us little better facility. And that's not the goal of bhakti. Goal of bhakti is beyond this material world. We don't come to Krishna asking for some material things. That's not very great. But we have to go out of this. Once one disciple of Srila Prabhupada, he came, one devotee disciple. He asked Prabhupada, he asked Srila Prabhupada, I heard by taking bath in Ganga, all the sins are eradicated. सारा जो पाप है धुल जाता है गंगा में बाथ लेने से. प्रभुपाद बोले हाँ सही है, करेक्ट. प्रभुपाद said yes. Then he asked, but प्रभुपाद फिर यमुना में बाथ लेने से क्या होता है? प्रभुपाद बोलते पूरा पूरा पुण्य धुल जाता है. पुण्य तो सबको चाहिए होता है. प्रभुपाद said, भाई दिस पाप और पुण्य हम इसी जगत में रहेंगे. तो पाप और पुण्य दोनों के ऊपर जाना है भक्ति. दैट इज बियॉन्ड इट. दैट इज व्हाट वी शुड बी डूइंग. राइट. ओके, तो अभी बताइए आप ऑप्शंस. वेरी गुड. फर्स्ट, सेकंड एंड फोर्थ. हु सेड दिस? हरि बोल फॉर दोज हु गॉट दिस. पहला भी करेक्ट. गुड कर्मा इज मटेरियल, अकर्मा इज स्पिरिचुअल. राइट. Good karmas, fruits get exhausted in future, but akarma fruits are eternal. That is correct. It's spiritual. Third one is not correct. Good karma and akarma both are good, and either of them can be performed. No. What would should perform? प्रसाद नहीं लिया सकने सुबह हाँ akarma, that is bhakti, one should perform. And the fourth one is for reaping good karma fruits we have to reincarnate, but akarma will take us back to godhead. Correct. So now you have understood. This is what again it is emphasized here. Punya and spiritual activities are not the same. Can someone read? Do we have another mic working? Just pass on the mic. Just read, bro, a little bit. We have to understand it properly. That's why we'll stress on it little. Yeah.
Punya is material activity pertaining to the material body. By performing this, one can get promoted from earth to heaven. But by Punya karma, one cannot go beyond it. Just like in the case of a prisoner who may be transferred from a Class C jail cell to a A class jail cell with more facilities, but who is not allowed to leave the jail.
So I already explained this, correct? So what are the punya karma activities? We'll quickly, like you are giving some water to the thirsty. Then this is punya activity. Then what? Some examples are given. Then next life you may get birth near a river, 24 hours water supply. That is a reaction. So you did some punya, you may get some good reaction. Or somebody distributes notebooks to the school children, needy, poor children. Then what happens next life? You may become a owner of some notebook mill or something. You have abundant. So do some good karma, punya, you are rewarded for it. But where? Material world may. If someone distribute uniforms like chugul children, then you become a textile mill owner next life. For example, these are not like hard and fast, but just an example that how by doing some punya activity you will get rewarded for that. Read ahead.
If someone performs Vedic sacrifices with the desire to get elevation to heaven, he may get such promotion. But once the count of piety is over, he will return back to earth as before. Heaven and hell are within the scope of material world called Brahmanda, whereas spiritual world is beyond crores of material universes. Spiritual world or Vaikuntha is the eternal residence of Supreme Lord and his pure devotees. Once a person reaches there, he never returns back to material world.
Correct. So the highest thing one can get by punya is one can go to Swarga. There is Swarga Loka, this is Swarga Vasi. But once the punya is over, Shine Punye Martya Lokam Vishanti. Bhagavad Gita says, Shine Punye. Once the punya is over, you return back to this material world again. Like you go to a mall, you have 10,000 rupees in the pocket. So you have entry. But let's say the least item in the mall is 500 rupees. So till the time you have the 10,000 reaches 400, you can be in mall enjoying purchasing. But as soon as you have less than 500 rupees, then what happens? Shine punye marte lokam. Go out of mall. Now you cannot purchase anything. Then you go to the tapri which is outside, where you can get something for 50 rupees. Right? That is called taking birth in aristocratic family in this world. If you still have remaining some pious, then you are born in some Ambani or Birla, or you are born with some very big, either aristocratic family or some opulence like very great beauty or very great talent. This is just residual karma. जो स्वर्ग में जो चल नहीं पाया करेंसी, वो करेंसी से आप यहाँ पे कुछ खरीद सकते हैं. So we see some people, like this. और वो भी खत्म हो गया, अभी चिल्लर बचा है, तो फिर और एक बॉडी, फिर उसमें थोड़ा बहुत, we are getting in this life little. Like that, actually karma is like currency we are spending to get enjoyment in this world. Understood? It is like currency spent to get some enjoyment. जितना कम होते जाएगा फिर उतना enjoyment. You have to earn the currency then again. And that earning happens only in the human birth. This human body is the only time you can actually earn good or bad karma, or also a karma. Animal life and all that, there is no concept of earning karma. जो है stock में वो है, but here you can earn. Okay, and the best thing is not to earn any good or bad karma. Just get a karma and go back to the spiritual world. So it is said some abortion is done or cow is killed. These are called as very greatly sinful activities. Or someone puts their foot on an ant, next life he may hit his knee and experience equal amount of pain, right? So every reaction, every small action which we are doing will definitely return back. Karma will come back somehow or other. Hmm. So as you sow, so shall you. Do you know that Einstein, those who know science, there is a theory Einstein has proposed. I mean, he wrote a theory called as pain wave theory. You can Google also if you want. Pain wave theory. Einstein's pain wave theory. क्या है उसमें? Einstein said that when the cows are slaughtered, especially cows, when they are slaughtered, they cry, they scream with pain, and this pain creates some waves. These waves, when they hit the crust of earth, that shakes the earth and earthquakes come. Now this you may say, प्रभु ये ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता है, आपका theory नहीं, मेरा नहीं, आइंस्टाइन का theory है. Einstein, and it is correlated, proven actually, wherever there are big slaughterhouses, big earthquakes have happened nearby that area. So this is karma. This is called as mass global karma. At times we think that why is God so cruel? कहीं पे बहुत बड़ा सुनामी आ गया, इतने हजार लोग मर गए, कहीं पे इतना बड़ा अर्थक्वेक, कितना सफरिंग हो रहा है, फेमाइन है. This is all global karma. So many abortions are happening, so much of cow slaughter, so much of animal killing. All that karma becomes a big, huge global karma, and then nature gives punishment to everyone together. Just like you are slaughtering millions of cows, similarly, humans will also be slaughtered by the Mother Nature. It's the global karma. So there is individual karma, there is global karma also. Then wars. One country will go against another country. Now there are so many wars. This is another way Durga Devi is giving karma. Now you wholesale die because you are killing innocent animals. So all these politicians are just puppets in the hands of Maya Devi. She'll make them fight, and in that fight thousands of people will die. But this is not happening by chance. This is happening as a great plan. This is just getting our own karma. That's why I think recently I read a news, someone said, some court has said in India, some judge, and he said if cow slaughter stops, all the problems will stop in India. I saw something like this. I'm exactly not recollecting. And someone said it's actually true. It's such a great sin. Cow slaughter or abortion, these are very great sins. In abortion, it is said, there is one doctor, I have a movie, I can sometimes show one video, said in the womb of a mother, I think 2-month-old fetus, embryo. They think that there is no life till 6 months. That is the false understanding of science. This 2-month-old, they're putting the suction. You know how the abortion is done? First, one kind of pipe they send, suction. First, the skull of the baby is broken. पहले the skull break करते. Then some Caesar kind of thing is sent inside, and the body is chopped into small pieces like a vegetable, and then they send some suction. वो पूरा उसका एक गोला बना के they pull out. It's very ghastly, gruesome murder. Our shastras do not allow abortion. They say don't indulge into something which will lead to such kind of things. Don't indulge into wrong, affairs. But abortion is totally, is considered very sinful. So it is said when somebody does abortion, then next life, that mother and father will have to suffer. They will also not get to see the light of the sun. They will die like that. That is a reaction. So then they may, die in a tsunami or something like this. Because they have done something wrong. You understand what I'm saying? The reaction will follow. How that reaction comes, it is very difficult to understand, but it comes. I'll tell interesting story. Once, one Brahman, nice Brahman, He was passing by, in a village. He was passing in a jungle. One village came. He wanted to take a rest. He wanted to just lie down in the night. So he went to one home. एक घर पे गया, एक ब्राह्मण. वहाँ पे वो husband wife थे. And he asked them, "Can I just sleep here in the night?" They said, "हाँ ठीक है, ये वरांडा में आप सो जाओ. You sleep in this veranda." He slept. In the middle of night, that wife came, this lady, and she woke this Brahman up, and she said, "See, I am very frustrated with my husband, and I am very attracted to you. Let's run. I will come with you to jungle. Let's enjoy. I want to run with you." This Brahman said, "What is this? This is very sinful. I can't do it." He started giving some sadupashit. He said, "No, I don't. I can't do this." Then the lady became very upset. She said, "You don't agree? I will show you. I'll take revenge." She went inside, took a knife, and killed her husband. The knife stabbed. The Brahman heard a scream of that man. He came inside. He saw the man is lying in a you know blood, a pool of blood. Brahman wanted to save him. He pulled the knife to help him. And right that time all the villagers came. They saw the Brahman with a knife and the man in the pool of blood. And this woman started saying, this man wanted to enjoy, he wanted to run with me, and that's why he killed my husband. All the villagers became very upset on the Brahman. He said, "You have done this, you are a Brahman, and you have done such a work. Because you are Brahman, will not kill you, but will chop your hands. Because you have done this ghastly murder." They took the knife and chopped his hands. So this Brahman was crying. He was innocent. Why this happened to an innocent person? Why bad things happen to good people? He was asking. He went in the jungle. He was praying, and then he meditated. And because he had some power, he got a dream. He realized he was revealed revelation, something from past life. You know what had happened in the past life? This Brahman was actually another Brahman in the previous life. He was a Brahman. One day in his hermitage, one cow came, very frightened, very fearful. This cow was running, and the Brahman saw the cow went and hid in the hermitage behind. She went in the behind like this. After some time, one butcher came with a knife, big knife in his hand, searching for the cow, and asked that Brahman, "Did you see a cow here running?" Now this Brahman was in Dharma Sankat, because Brahman has to be truthful, so he cannot lie. That's one dharma. Second dharma is he has to save the cow, because he knows if I tell the truth, this butcher will go and kill the cow. Are you getting? Are you there with me? Okay. So this Brahman was in perplexity. Kya kare? Finally, he chose to tell the truth. He didn't say, but he pointed with his hands this side. Butcher went, pulled that cow, killed the cow. Next life, fast forward. The cow became that woman. The butcher became the husband. And this Brahman, because he at least followed truthfulness, he became Brahman. Because he used that hand to point out towards that cow, the hands were cut. Because that butcher killed the cow, this life, that cow killed that man, who was the butcher, who became husband. Everyone got their quota of reaction. This is given one of the stories in Puranas. This is how it happened. We don't know why, what is happening. Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Gahana karmano gatihi. Karma ki gati kaisi hai? Gahan. Gahan means very intricate. You can't understand why, what is happening, why it is happening. It is like if you get malaria and you go to doctor, you find out and doctor says हाँ malaria हो गया. Then if the patient says नहीं पहले बताओ कि वो कौन सा mosquito था और कहाँ पे काटा, then only I will take medicine. Doctor says that you cannot find out. नाउ मलेरिया आ गया तो अभी अभी मेडिसिन ले लो. Similarly, we cannot find out why, what is happening, why it is happening, when did I do something. But now we have to take the medicine. That's the solution we can do. Okay. So let's move on. Oh, this is low battery. Can you get my charger? Okay. See, the example is given of a fighter. If the fighter is fighting on behalf of government, he will kill. The more he kills, the better reward he gets, right? He kills 100 enemies, soldiers, then he gets Paramvir Chakra. But the same soldier, when he comes back home and if he kills his neighbor, what will he get? Jail. Why? First, he was fighting on behalf of government. Then for that, no karma, right? Government will rather reward. Similarly, when we do any activity on behalf of God, Krishna, then one may not get the reaction, or one will definitely not get. In that spirit we have to do. But when we want to do for ourselves, our enjoyment, then the reaction will also habit. We have to take the responsibility. Another example is given of cashier in the bank. A cashier might be handling crores of rupees. A lot of money is coming, lot of money is going. Till the time he is doing it on behalf of bank, no problem. He is safe. He gets his salary. The day he feels 5 लाख रुपए में अभी अंदर रख लेता हूं, then punishment will come when he is caught. Karma will come. So if you do it, whatever we are doing it on behalf of God, as servant of God, no karma. But when we do it for ourselves, our own enjoyment, then we become responsible and when we have to suffer. So we have to work for Krishna as per the instruction of Krishna, right? Whatever we may do. Thank you. Okay. Now somebody may say, okay, this karma, but who is the witness? Who is saying what I am doing? So there are different witnesses. Most important is super soul. The Lord is sitting in our heart as super soul Paramatma, and He is observing everything that we do. He is the closest person. We may hide from rest of the world. Sometimes we think, oh, now is dark, I can do whatever I want. But Paramatma is right here in our heart, observing everything, and He's taking notes, what all we are doing, and then the reactions will come accordingly. Right? He's a silent witness. He is the super knower of everything that we do. Yeah. Like that. So we already discussed to some extent why do bad things happen in our life, though we try to do good now. Sometimes people ask this question, I am doing good, I am not, Prabhuji, I never did anything wrong to anyone. Why did it happen to me? Why did it happen to her? She's such a nice lady, such a nice person he is. Why it happened? So the example is very nicely given. See, sometimes there is, they have this silo, they call, barrel, vessel, one kind of vessel where in the villages they stack rice. उसमें क्या होता है, ऊपर से आप डालते हैं, नीचे से निकालना होता है. So let's say हमने पहले, जो 1/3 है, we put very bad quality rice. Then another 1/3 you put very good quality rice. And then top 1/3 you put some medium rice. And then when you start taking out, what will come? नीचे से bad. That time if you say नहीं but मैंने तो अच्छा क्वालिटी डाला था अभी रिसेंटली, अभी मैंने बहुत अच्छा क्वालिटी डाल रहा हूँ, बट सर पहले आपने बैड क्वालिटी डाल के रखा है ना, नो निकलेगा. So even if now we might be doing good activities, but if we have done something wrong previously, that will also come. Now, sometimes people ask, but then how do I don't remember what I have done. See, let's say some thief comes to a bank and robs. उसने बैंक में चोरी किया, रॉब किया, राइट? एंड देन ही रन्स अवे. उसके पीछे पुलिस है, वो कार में बैठता है. कार में बैठने के बाद ही चेंजेस हिज costume, he changes dress, he puts some hairstyle, puts some goggle, and then he is caught after some time. Then he says, but now I have changed my dress. What will police say? But you are the same person who did the robbery, right? You may change dress, the person is same. Similarly, we may change this body, वो person तो same ही है जिसने गड़बड़ किया है. the tendency to commit sinful activity is still there, and the punishment of karma helps us actually come out of that. So even if sometime reaction may be given in the next life, but that helps to purify, reform ourselves, right? So delayed reaction actually sometimes. Okay, so long PPT. Can good karma cancel bad karma? No. Both have to be separately accepted, enjoyed or suffered. Actually, both are suffering in spiritual sense, right? So sometimes people feel, okay, I have done many bad things, now I'll let me do good things. That won't cancel. The only thing which can cancel good and bad karma both is bhakti. Karmani nirdhati kintu cha bhakti bhajam. Karmani nirdhati. Dhati means burn. Bhakti completely burns all the sinful reaction. That's why Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य माम एकम शरणं व्रज अहम त्वाम सर्व पापेभ्यो मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुच. I will pardon you for all the sins what you have done. See, he is like the president. Like, you know, the president Rashtrapati has some power of any country, like India also. If the president want, can give pardon to anyone. Now, what to speak of the president of entire creation? That's Supreme Lord Krishna. If we reform, we become devotees of Krishna, we become actual wonderful bhaktas, then Krishna will say, okay, Maya, leave him. Whatever sin he must have done, now he is reformed. Only Krishna has that power, no one else. You may say that, no, I have done some sinful, but now I will do a lot of punya. That will not cancel. You have to enjoy the punya and suffer the pap separately. Both have to be done. But Krishna can do. So there is a story of King Nriga. I don't know if you are aware of this. In the Krishna 10th canto of Bhagavatam, in the Leela of Lord Shri Krishna. Less time. But very briefly, I will tell you. There was one king, Nriga. He was very great, pious king, giving lot of charity. Once one Brahman came to him. So he gave him 1,000 cows. As a charity. Brahman was happy. After some time, another Brahman came. And he said, I also want 1,000 cows. He said, okay, take. He gave another 1,000. और उसके बीच में क्या हुआ? From the first group, one cow had ran back. 1,000 दिए थे ना पहले ब्राह्मण को, उसमें से एक काऊ वापस आ गई और वो क्या कर दिया, उसने दूसरे ब्राह्मण को दे दिया. In the next lot, he gave it to second one. The first Brahman came, said, King, one of my cow has come back. I only have 999. So I want that cow back. So king investigated. Then he understood, array, that cow was given to the next one. So he said, I'll give you another one. The Brahman said, no, I want that cow only. Okay, then king called the next Brahman. He said, Brahman, I'm sorry, that cow was already given. I didn't know. I also gave you. You give back, I will give you another one. He said, no, you have already given. You can't take it back. There was a fight. Both the Brahmins were not ready to compromise. The king said, okay, I will give you 10,000 cows. You just leave that one cow. They said, no, we will curse you. And because he displeased Brahman in such a way, that king became lizard. Next life. See here. Both the Brahmanas demanded, so you will read that. See, this is that king who became a lizard. And once the family member of Lord Krishna, such as Samba, Pradyumna, went for the excursion, they found large lizard within a well. They could not take it out. So they brought Lord Krishna. And Lord Krishna personally went to the well and then he brought that lizard out simply by extending his hand. Touched by the divine hand of Lord Krishna, that lizard gave up the lizard shape and appeared as a beautiful demigod, like a inhabitant of heavenly planets. In previous life, this lizard was King Nriga. While performing pious activities, he also remembered Krishna, so now he got the mercy of Lord Krishna. But because, what is the important lesson from this story? Yeah, we want someone to read. Where is the mic? Who read?
King Naga considered
Nriga. It is.
King Nirga considered such piety as giving cows in charity to be a separate goal. Thus, he did not fully appreciate pure devotional service to Lord
Krishna.
Krishna had not been the only goal of
Nriga's life.
Nirga's life. as he was for
Ambarish Maharaj.
Ambarish
I
Maharaj.
only read. Srila Prabhupada confirms, on the whole, Nriga had not developed Krishna consciousness. The Krishna conscious person develops love for Krishna, not love for pious or impious activities. Therefore, he is not subjected to results of such action. What happened to Nriga? He was giving over emphasis to punya, earning punya. But it is such a risky thing. Even if small mistake happens in that business of papa and punya, one has to suffer. But if he would have become a good devotee of Krishna, then he would not have to suffer like this. Why he was punished? Because he displeased those people and then they cursed him. But fortunately, because he also remembered Krishna at times, he was blessed by Lord Krishna later, but he had to suffer for some time. So this tells that this papa and punya is not what we should be so much concerned about. Don't go behind doing punya to, because even if a little mistake, and we may have to suffer for thousands and millions of lifetimes. So what one should try to do? A karma, that is bhakti, spiritual activities. Okay. Now we don't have time. See, there is something called as delayed karma. Like some video is there. This is okay. This is instant karma. Instant karma means you slap someone in the train. How long it takes to get reaction? Immediately you get. That is called instant karma. You eat very heavy feast in the night. When you get karma reaction, little delayed, right? You don't study. I mean, for the students, don't study at all in the semester and go for exam. Then you get reaction after 6 months. Don't save a penny for your entire career till you retire. Just, udao paisa. Then you get reaction in old age. So you see, it's getting delayed. So depends. But reaction will definitely come. Whether you act good or bad. Sometimes it comes instantly, sometimes it comes delayed. Sometimes, if the reaction has not come in this body, it may come in the next life. But reaction will definitely come. Okay. So this is I gave you example already. What is this? Okay, so different durations, right? Similarly, sometimes for reaction it may take long time. Like the story of Dhritarashtra. When his 100 sons died, he was asking Vyasadev, why I had to go through this suffering? My 100 sons have died. Then Vyasadev told him story. He said 50 lifetime before you actually had killed 100 birdlets of a bird, and in a very gruesome way. So you had that reaction. As a reaction to that, your 100 sons had to die. Then he said, but why 50 lifetime before? Vyasadeva told him, because to get 100 sons you need to have punya. It took you 50 lives to earn that punya, then you got 100 sons, and then that reaction of 50 lives before, your sons were killed. So like this, sometimes it may take lifetimes for the reaction to come, but it will definitely come. That's the law of karma. So as I told you, Sanchit karma is like a storehouse, sum total of all our past karma of so many lifetimes. Some of that, it's like a, like aate ka pura, you make the, kya kehte usko? Dough. And then you take one piece, right? Matajis, when they make chapati, you take one small part and you make a chapati. That is like संचित कर्मा. जो पूरा डो है वो संचित कर्मा है. उसमें से एक बॉल निकाला, वो है प्रारब्ध कर्मा, जो भी ये लाइफ में मिल रहा है, लेकिन संचित में बहुत है, right? So I will show you a table, you will understand. Okay, this we will see and then stop for the day. थोड़ा सा ध्यान दो. I know it became long today, but still just 5 minutes more. There is something called Kutam, Bijam, Pholonmukha and Prarabdha. These are different levels of reactions, reaction of our karma. Kutam is almost ready to produce the seed, bija. That is like proclivity to enjoy and control, proclivity to do something sinful. That is called Kutam. And then bija means it's a desire. It's a seed desire to do some sinful activity. And Falonmukha means performing the activity itself, and Prarabdha means the reaction which we will get as a part of, as a result of that. Now make it simple. I will give example. Like, you know, some thief. You know, somebody has this great, he does a sinful activity of stealing. He's a thief, and he dies. Next life, even as a child, he has the kutam. He has the proclivity to steal. Sometimes you see some children, their parents are very nice. Sometimes these fellows have the habit of putting something, and then he gets a beating from mother. Who told you to take this? नहीं, बट ये पहले से लेके आया है, पिछले लाइफ से कुछ तो टेंडेंसी लेके आया है चुराने का. इसको कहते हैं कूटम. He has the proclivity to commit some sinful activity. Right? Do you agree? Sometimes some good parents, their children are very naughty. Naughty in this is not simple naughty, but sinful. They become very rogues. From where have they brought? Parents never gave them that. ये पहले से proclivity. This is a tendency he brought. So the tendency to do something sinful is called kutam. Then that tendency sometimes becomes a desire. Now I want to steal this mobile. This tendency to steal is kutam. Now I want this mobile, I want to steal. That is desire. That is called bijam. And then you actually do something to steal it. That is called falonmukha, the activity. And then when you steal something, you are going to get the reaction for it. That is called prarabdha, karma. So these are different stages. Now why I told all of you for this. Aprarabdha phalam papam kutam bijam falonmukham kramenaiva praliyeta Vishnu bhakti ratatmana. Our scripture says there is only one process which completely cleanses this kutam, bijam, falonmukha, prarabdha, aprarabdha and sanchit. All the karma can be eradicated only by the process of bhakti. No other process, no yoga, no gymnastic, no ashtanga, nothing. Maximum, sometimes people go for atonement. Atonement पता है आपको? प्रायश्चित. कहीं कोई धाम में जाइए और कहीं पे यज्ञ करिए, कुछ दान करिए, कुछ सेवा करिए, उससे क्या होगा? आपका पाप धुल जाएगा, ऐसे बोलते हैं. पाप क्या धुलता है? वो जो प्रारब्ध है ना, वन रिएक्शन ओनली विल बी क्लेंस्ड. कूटम, बीजम, फलोन्मुख ये सब नहीं जाएगा कोई भी प्रोसेस से. ओनली प्रोसेस विच विल क्लेंस एंटायर थिंग इज भक्ति. And that is what Srimad Bhagavatam. That's why how fortunate we are. We have got a process, and bhakti begins with Shravanam, Kirtanam, chanting the holy name, hearing about Krishna, glorifying Krishna, coming together. A, B, C, D, E. What we have always heard. This process is so powerful. It will cleanse all the sinful proclivities. are जो पाप है, तो आपको याद भी नहीं है, जो टेंडेंसी है पाप करने की, वो भी चली जाएगी. This is the process of bhakti. Okay, so now I stop. Hare Krishna. It's been really long. There is still little bit more. Maybe I'll come next time. I'll cover a little bit. It's a long topic. Any questions, comments, suggestions? Yes, Prabhu. Dheeraj Prabhu. We are left with a few more. I'll need another 15-20 minutes. Yes.
जैसे सृष्टि का विनाश और सृजन कंटिन्यूस होता रहता है, करेक्ट? तो जो अभी कर्म जो कर रहे हैं, नेक्स्ट टाइम जब सृजन होगा तो ये कर्म भी उधर.
वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. या इट इज आंसर्ड इन भगवत गीता. जब पूरा सृष्टि का विनाश होता है, इफ द सोल्स हैव नॉट गॉन बैक टू द स्पिरिचुअल वर्ल्ड, देन दे एंटर द बॉडी ऑफ महाविष्णु. अभी आपको समझाना थोड़ा टफ है मुझे. सो इट इज सेड, ये सृष्टि कैसे होता है? एक महाविष्णु जो होता है, महाविष्णु आपने कभी देखा होगा पिक्चर, यहाँ तो नहीं है. महाविष्णु इज लाइंग, जो सो रहे हैं. कॉजल ओशन, क्षीर सागर में महाविष्णु नहीं है, कारण ओशन करके एक है, कारण समुद्र. आपने देखा है रंगनाथ कभी गए श्रीरंगम? आपने विष्णु जी को देखा है जो अनंत शेष पे ऐसे लेटे हुए, भगवान का दर्शन किया? विष्णु है ना. तो वो जो विष्णु है, उनके बॉडी से सारी पोर से सृष्टि अलग अलग ब्रह्मांड निकलते हैं. ये थोड़ा सा अभी इतना ही समझ लीजिए, बाद में we'll discuss it more elaborately. So this brahmandas actually come out of his bodily pores when he breathes. when he exhales the brahmandas come out, when he inhales all the brahmandas go back. और वो जो ब्रीदिंग पीरियड है उसमें ये सारा सृष्टि होता है. दैट इज लाइक मिलियंस ऑफ युगास फॉर अस, जो महाविष्णु के लिए सिर्फ एक ब्रीदिंग होता है. तो भगवत गीता में भगवान कहते हैं कि जब एनहिलेशन होता है यानी प्रलय, तो जब ये अंदर चले जाएंगे सारे ब्रह्मांड, प्रलय यानी क्या, जो सारे ब्रह्मांड है भगवान महाविष्णु के अंदर चले जाएंगे, तो जीव और उसका कर्म वो भी साथ में, जीव है और एक सॉफ्टवेयर भी जाता है उसके साथ अटैच्ड, वो है आपका कर्म. और जब फिर से सृष्टि होगी, जब फिर से सृष्टि होगी बाद में, जब महाविष्णु एक्सेल करेंगे, तो वो आपका कर्म आपके साथ में अटैच हो जाता है. यू टू अगेन स्टार्ट. फॉर दैट breathing period we are like sleeping, yoga nidra. The jivas are inactive, they don't have karma. You understood? It's like hibernate mode, it's not working. And then later jivas start, they come out and the srishti happens and the same karma again comes back, what was there before the pralay. So this cycle continues like this. All right, Prabhu, you got answer. It is much. Any other questions? Yes, Prabhu, quick. See, there are, okay, you are asking a question which is a little ahead of what we did not discuss. See, there is something called as vihita karma. Vihita means, there's white, what you are supposed to do or what you can do, it's prescribed, vihita karma. And then there is nishiddha karma. Nishiddha karma is black, and there is some gray area in between. There's white, black and gray. So there are some activities in gray zone. So they are called as kamya karma. Either they are our desires or they are something like this which you cannot avoid being part of this world. So under proper guidance, we cannot, it's not something which can be made into a rule. But under guidance of a proper spiritual mentor, one may take a call. How do we really, being practical, how do we really solve this situation? Can we just become, very idealistic and lose the opportunity to serve God? No, at times, do in the Rome as Romans do. That's, we have to do it because it's not your fault if the system is corrupt. You may have to. We can try our best, but if there is no other option, then for higher purpose. That's why that story which we discussed about the cow killing, that Brahman was in Dharma Sankat. What should I do? One principle is truthfulness, which is also Brahmanical principle. Brahmana has to be truthful. Another principle is compassion. Now he chose to be truthful, but actually according to scripture, compassion is a higher principle, truthfulness is a lower principle. So he should have actually chosen compassion. He should have not told that butcher. You remember the story? Right? See, it's very easy to decide when there is decision between black and white. But sometimes the decision is between shades of grey. Something is little white and little grey. That is called as dharma sankat. Both are correct. प्रभु जी दोनों अभी कंफ्यूज हो गया. Arjun was confused. He surrendered to Krishna. Arjun was also talking about a lower principle. How can I kill my guru, my relative? That's one principle. बट ऊपर, उसके ऊपर क्या प्रिंसिपल है? भगवान की जो इच्छा है उनको भक्ति, यू हैव टू प्लीज हिम. देन अर्जुन एक्चुअली chose that and he became glorious. So apparently he also killed. Killing is good or bad, but if you do it on behalf of Krishna, he is glorified for that. Similarly, if you're actually doing that, what example you gave, to bribe somebody, but you're actually doing it on behalf of Krishna, completely for Krishna, you will not have reaction for it. Okay? Yes, Mataji.
are not
Okay, you
intention.
unknowingly do some
Unknowing.
sinful activity.
Karma quality there.
Ha, it comes. It does come. The reaction may be a little lesser than to do it knowingly, but reaction will come. That's why the solution is every day chant Hare Krishna very intensely. Never give up. I can give some example. Time is there. Like I told you on this slide. Even while walking, if you put a ant, you kill. You didn't do it knowingly, but because you have, we by unknowingly also we troubled another living entity, another jiva who is not supposed to die, and because of us something has happened. The reaction will come. Many such examples are there in scriptures. There was one rishi. Okay, anyways, I'm not remember. You remember name of that? Anybody seeing it? Is that who pierced the eyes of that grasshopper, and later he was given a punishment by Yamaraj. Vidur. Anyways, I'm myself missing the name of that rishi. But there is a story like this where this rishi in his childhood would innocently pierce the eye of a grasshopper रहता है ना, grasshopper घोड़ा बोलते हैं उसको. But for that he was given a reaction later. He was almost about to be hanged by a king without any actual mistake. Then he went to Yamaraj because he was very powerful rishi. He demanded, why I was punished? Yamaraj said, because you committed this. And then he cursed Yamaraj. He said, Arey, I was a innocent boy still. And then he cursed Yamaraj to become Vidura. That's how Yamaraj became Vidura later. Manduka. Thank you, Prabhu. Manduka Muni. The story is there. Correct. In the Mahabharat. Like that we have stories. So yes, ignorance is not an excuse. You may say, मेरे को तो पता ही नहीं था. You are supposed to know. You go on the wrong side and the हवालदार catches. चलो फाइन निकालो. नहीं सर मुझे तो पता ही नहीं था. नहीं, but you are driving, you are supposed to know. Ignorance is not an excuse. Similarly, we have got this human birth, we have got education, we are supposed to know how to behave, right? And sometimes by mistake happens, and there are ways. If we perform bhakti, then these things are taken care. When we are surrendered to Krishna, in the process, apparently some mistakes happen, some sinful activity happens without wanting, then Krishna will take care. He says, "अरे ये अपना एक आदमी है, इसको कुछ नहीं करने का." He tells Maya, he tells material nature, so he'll forgive all that. Okay, does that answer, Mataji? Okay, we stop here. Thank you.
प्रभु
very
जस्ट
much.
एक और क्वेश्चन है प्रभु.
हरे कृष्ण. I knew ये कर्मा का टॉपिक लंबा भी और क्वेश्चंस भी बहुत आएंगे.
तो मुझे
Yes, बताइए.
कर्मा के ऊपर बहुत क्वेश्चंस रहते हैं हमेशा प्रभु,
Yes.
बट आज का सेशन में काफी क्लैरिटी मिली है.
Yes.
सो मेरा क्वेश्चन है कि आपने जो पुण्य और अकर्मा के बारे में बताया, where akarma is bhakti, and only through this we can nullify the past sinful reactions.
Yes.
Right? And आपने एक श्लोका का भी बताया, सर्वधर्मान परित्यज्य.
Yes.
अब जो पुण्य हम करते हैं उससे कोई पास्ट सिंफुल रिएक्शंस कुछ नलीफाई नहीं होता. मे बी फ्यूचर में कुछ अच्छा हो सकता है हमारे साथ, राइट?
Yes.
इज दैट द करेक्ट अंडरस्टैंडिंग?
Yes.
तो फिर मेरे लिए बेनिफिट और अ मेरिट फॉर अ पर्सन टू डू पुण्य कंपेयर टू अकर्मा क्या है? क्योंकि हमको तो फिर पूरा फोकस अकर्मा में ही रखना चाहिए ना, क्योंकि
Exactly. That was the whole point of discussion.
तो फिर पुण्य जैसे आपने एग्जांपल दिया कि कहीं स्कूल में जाके हम कुछ डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर रहे हैं बच्चों को, कोई एक ऑर्फनेज में जाके कुछ एक सर्विस कर रहे हैं, तो उसको क्यों इंपॉर्टेंस नहीं दी जा रही है और अकर्मा को क्यों इंपॉर्टेंस दी जा रही है?
Again, you answered the question yourself and you are asking the same thing again.
नो, मतलब वो तो एक पुण्य हो गया ना, जैसे किसी ऑर्फनेज में जाके हम पुण्य कर रहे हैं.
Correct.
राइट, बट हम लोग
See,
बोल रहे हैं
if we are doing it without connection with Krishna, then it is only punya. But if the same activity can also be connected to Krishna, we can do it as service to Krishna. Seeing these, let's say poor children, they are also part and parcel of God. They are children of Krishna. So when we are doing Annadan, like if you know ISKCON, we do, crores of people we feed as an organization. But that is not, we are just not giving food, we are giving prasadam. we are trying that prasadam will help them come closer to Krishna. We don't do as charity activity, although we say that in the world, but internally we do it as bhakti activity to help the soul come close to Krishna. Then it is no more philanthropy,
Okay.
is bhakti. And then sometime in this world we have to help. When Srila Prabhupada in Mayapur, uh, it is an incident which is recorded in his biography. When Srila Prabhupada was in Mayapur, and then one day he just came out of the cottage in Bengal, you know Mayapur, where West Bengal, and there he saw one child, one poor child. He was eating from the left out plates where dogs were also eating, and the poor child, some beggar child was eating. And Srila Prabhupada had tears in his eyes. Prabhupada immediately called the meeting of all the leaders, and Prabhupada told the leaders, nobody should go hungry in the 10-mile radius of the temple. You start Food for Life program tomorrow. He gave the instruction. Today also it happens. Free food is distributed. Anybody who does not have, come and take prasadam. But that is prasad, no just food. We offer it to Krishna and we serve them. We request them chant once at least Hare Krishna. You chant and then you take prasad. By taking prasad, now that soul is actually coming closer to God. That is our purpose. So then that activity is no more punya activity. It is spiritual activity. And that is what we can do. You may see some people and definitely we should help. But try to help the soul come close to Krishna ultimately. Otherwise, today you feed, tomorrow person is going to be hungry. One life you feel, next you feed, next life they are going to be hungry. You can't do anything life after life. We can't take anybody's responsibility. Only Krishna can do. So the greatest service we can do to anybody is to connect them with Krishna. Ultimately, that will put full stop to all the sufferings forever. So while we address the immediate concerns, whatever the needs are there, we can try to address, but ultimate goal should not be forgotten. Then that immediate help also is spiritual, right? You got the point, Prabhu? Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. So we end here. Thank you so much. It's 1 o'clock almost. It's late today. Interesting topic. We'll may continue little later also when we meet. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai.